All right, so we ask ourselves how will increasing competition between telecommunications also increase connectivity. All right, so we look at the connections, okay, between the two. So first, in order to solve this, we have to start with what? Introduction, right? Okay. Moving forward after that, of our body. So I want everybody to open up a Google document, all right, alongside this, so they can go ahead and get this down because this is equally as important. Good morning, Carl. Closing, okay? So first we have to start off thinking about, all right, so we're gonna draw the reader in, but first we're gonna think about our thesis and what our actual question is. So we're gonna actually answer our question: how will increasing competition between companies also increase connectivity? Okay, so I'm gonna say because there is a direct link between connectivity and the number by eradicating the monopoly forced to improve to survive. All right, so that's my thesis right here. Because there's a direct link between connectivity and the number of competitors, connectivity will increase because large companies are forced to improve to survive. All right. So based on what we know about a monopoly, right? A monopoly is a company such as Amazon who controls an entire market. But in order to stop this, what you do is a commission of some sort. So in this case, we look at, who is it? The Telecommunications Commission. The Federal Communications Commission just changed the definition. Okay, seems arbitrary, but it should force companies to speed up their service in order to legally call it broadband. So this is where I'm going to get my answer. All right, so make sure everybody's writing this pre-writing down. Okay, I need this pre-writing. This is important. Okay, so then after this, obviously I'm gonna have to use some, a hook. I'm gonna have to include a hook. I'm gonna need a hook. A hook, and then we need background information. Okay, so our hook would be something. It has to be something interesting, right? We're trying to draw in the reader. So we're talking about internet connectivity. I would say something like, I'm sure that you've always believed that the United States has the best internet connectivity in the world. However, this is not true. All right. According to the article blank, it states that the internet in the United States is running at 7.7% compared to 70% of comparable Asian nations. Okay, so this already tells me that, this tells the reader that despite your preconceived notion, which they may have, right, especially if it's a person from America who's reading the paper, right? A preconceived notion that the United States is better, then that'll automatically dispel that myth, and then they'll immediately be interested to what you have to say after that. Then I'll go into background information. All right. The reason background information is important because background information basically tells the reader a little bit more about the actual topic at hand. So most people don't know about internet connectivity. So it'll be my job to actually tell them about it. Okay. So let's go to our article again. So of course we don't need Google to save our sorry butts. The government has its way of lighting a fire under telecom behemoths. So that's one piece of information that we know. So we can tell the reader that although it may seem like many companies monopolize the telecommunications market, we are able to generally control their operations through the Federal Communications Commission. Okay. So that's one governing body that we can include for background information. So we can talk about this a little bit. That includes background information. Okay. Go back to the whiteboard. Okay. So back here. After that, this is our thesis. So we have our hook, background information, and then our thesis right here. So that's our thesis right here. All right. So then after that, I'm going to get it down here to my body. All right. So in this, since it's a short essay, I might only include one body paragraph. I need to get my main topic explained. That's pretty much it. Have one piece of citation, and then I'll be moving on, okay? So then I would say something along the lines of when companies monopolize the telecommunications industry, it only the users. Although many people are able to benefit from internet access, many of the companies quality service. Okay. So then I'm starting to go into explanation of my thesis. Are forced to improve to survive. So now I'm just gonna pretty much explain why they'll be forced. Okay, and all I'm gonna do is use my source from the text. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to it. All right. All right, so perfect right here. It says, in most places, Americans choose between a cable company like, well, I'm not even sharing it. Oh, but everybody should be looking at the document anyway. So, all right, so on page 2, all right, I found something. It says, in most places, Americans choose. Okay. So in most places, Americans choose between a cable company like Comcast or a telephone provider like Verizon. In others, you got one choice. That's because cable giants as Comcast or Time Warner dominate select municipalities required to build sufficient infrastructure, experts say. Okay. So basically it says that Comcast or Time Warner are monopolies that kind of refuse to grow. And because they refuse to grow, the people who use their services struggle to have access to good service. All right. So in other words, if they lived in other places or maybe have more money, they would be able to benefit better. But because they don't, and they don't have fiber optic cables in a lot of different places, their service is weak, and it's actually a detriment to a lot of the people who use it. Okay. So that's how I'm going to justify my argument. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
All right, cool. So that's just our pre-writing. All right, I still want everybody to do this on their part because I want to actually go through them and everybody to look at each other's work so we can kind of see, it's more of an assessment right here. I want to see where everybody is after the break. Is our first argumentative writing topic. So I want everybody to be able to, practice, refresh yourselves, and just see where we are. All right, and the format, like I always say, is the main thing. I worry about the formation, the form of it, and then the order, and making sure everything is flowing. All right, so let me go to this last part for the conclusion. All right, so then our body, I'm just gonna expand that a little bit. I'm gonna use a piece of citation from the text. All right, so remember when I'm citing my answers, this is how I do it. I'm citing my text. This is what I do. All right, so if I'm saying, if I want to state the article, in the article, blah blah blah. All right, I'm gonna put it in italics. Okay, so it'll go in italics. When I'm citing a title, it'll go italicized. Who knows what italics are? Everybody knows what italics are, correct?
Yeah.
Anybody don't know what italics are? All right, so the title will be italicized. I don't know. It does not let me do it. There's no option for me to italicize on it. Okay, so italicized, blank. The author states that so in many. So I'm gonna put it in italics if I'm directly citing it. So in many municipalities, Comcast or Time Warner are the only options for telecommunication service. All right, and then after that, put another quotation, put a parenthesis, then I'll cite the article. So the article in this case, the last name of the author. I'm gonna find the last name. What's the last name of this author?
Siegel.
Siegel. How do you spell it?
Siegel.
Siegel. All right, cool. So Siegel. So I can put a page number. Okay, we're in MLA format, so I'm gonna do a page number. So that's what page did this come off of? Page. It was like page 3, but I'm just gonna put last name because it was really a direct citation. It was, but all right. So if there's no page numbers included, all you do is just put the last name of the author. All right. Oh, sorry. All right. So just like that. All right. That's our italics. Okay. And then in our closing is a reiteration of the main points in a different way. Okay. So you're gonna basically restate what you just wrote, but in a different way. It's basically to close it up. Okay. And then ask yourself, what are the implications of the issue or topic? And are there any takeaways? Okay, so if we follow along with this right here, this should be pretty much a rough idea of what I expect for my essay, okay? So in our essay, I need a heading. So it'll be name, class, teacher, date. Just like that, all right? I expect at the top of our papers, always. All right, and that's what it should look like. All right, so back to the Nearpod. So this is what I want. Now we're working on our, this is your chance when we start working, this is your chance to ask me questions and to get clarity because we're about to be working kind of guided, but we're going to be working separately. This should be a chance to ask me questions basically about your pre-writing, okay? We're going to pre-write, all right, first, and then we're going to go ahead and put our final copy onto a Google document and we're going to submit that, all right? But in Nearpod, we're going to actually do our pre-writing together. I'm going to watch you guys work and then you'll actually ask me questions if you have them, and I'm going to actually be able to see what your pre-writing is before you actually start writing your final form to see if you're on the right track, all right? So not trying to make a super, not trying to fulfill a word requirement. I want to see ideas. I want to see if we can logically order ideas and see, you know, where we are in our writing. Like, do we actually understand how we write? Okay, so here we go. All right, so this is what I want. So disregard right here where it says share what you discussed with your partner. We were partners. We were all partners together. So what I want you to do is start your pre-writing. All right. I want you to go based off of answering the question, which is how would increasing competition between telecommunications companies also increase connectivity? I already referred to our pre-writing we just did. I just want to see the student view. All right. Are there any questions about what we're doing?
All this is based off the article, right?
Yes, exactly. So the question is, pull it back up. How would, okay, so everybody write that question down right here. How would increasing competition between telecommunications companies also increase connectivity? So everybody write that question down. Into the Nearpod. Write that question down into the Nearpod. All right, guys. So not only do we have to critically think, but we also have to look just into the essay. Right? It gives us everything we need. We have to be able to pay attention and focus in on it. Okay. So this is what our paper should look like. Thesis. So then you'll start writing your introduction, body, conclusion. But I need to know a thesis. And as we all know, our thesis goes inside of our introduction, but I want our thesis to be out here first. Then it'll be a hook, and then our background, then our thesis. Just take whatever you wrote right here. That'll be answering your question. Take right here, move that to here. Okay. Then after that, it's your body. That'll be in depth of what your thesis was. All right. And then conclusion, you'll be ending it, restating it. Okay. Any confusion with that? All right. After you get done with your pre-writing, you'll submit that in Nearpod, and then you'll move on to the actual final version of this. So even if you wanted to copy and paste this onto a separate document once you finish with this part, then that'll get you started good on your essay. You'll be able to submit it, and then I'll have a place for you guys to submit that. All right. Obviously, I need two. All right. So this is what I need. So not on this right here, but when we actually do our Google Doc, I need you guys to go and find 2 citations from the text. Okay. Direct citations. With the source. All right, when we have formatting issues or formatting questions, right? MLA, APA, whatever, we go to al.purdue.com. .edu, sorry, and it gives you how to cite things, okay? So we're gonna say basic format. It has an engine that can do it for you, but we still wanna know how to do it, what it should look like. This is what it should typically look like. So when you have a works cited page, this would be an example of the citation. Okay, so then this information right here, that'll be our information. So we'll just interchange this right here with the first name, the last name of the author, the first name, the title, publication place, and then the year. So pretty simple. So that ours will be this from this article. So his name was Siegel, the name of the article, blah, 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 then the year this is written, which is probably very recent. So we just go look and see. Yeah, so you just have that one time, but you need to cite the text twice. So then you just have 2 different citations with the last name Siegel on it. Okay, straight from this text. Any more questions?
When you say connectivity, what do you mean? Like, yeah.
So the connectivity is just the amount of. So the reason we're able to talk right now is because we have internet connectivity. All right. As soon as your internet connectivity starts to mess up, then our connection will be lost and you won't be able to hear me anymore. That makes sense. So the connectivity is the actual ability of the internet to work or telephone to work, the network. If there's no connectivity, then it doesn't work. So just go back and revisit the article. All right, it's on Google Doc. It's on Classroom. So go to it, open it up, read through it if you need to refresh yourself again.
Okay, thank you.
Well, all right, guys, I need us to take about 20 minutes. So we have until, we only have 15 minutes to do our pre-write. So at 9:45, 9:45. I need you guys to be done with this pre-writing. All right. I'm gonna give you this, guys. This essay right here is gonna be a quiz grade, but we also have another quiz I need you guys to do. So submit this pre-writing in the next 15 minutes by 9:45 and be ready for the vocab quiz. All right. It's gonna be on Quizzes. So submit this by 9:45 again and be ready to take this vocab quiz. It's a short one. Hey guys, remember when you come in late, you gotta let me know so I can go and modify the role. Because if not, you'll be absent. Yes, Kenny. So we're just writing our pre-writing. Okay, so I need basically just notes, but pretty much I'm just looking at your notes and your thought process in the pre-writing. You maybe write a sentence for each component that I listed, and then okay, I got you, Carl. But Kenny, yeah, just write. You're writing a sentence or two for each part, each component, because once you start your actual essay, you'll just be expanding, making it longer, pretty much. All right, Desiree, got you. Anyone that's came in late? So yeah, it's not gonna be long right here. This is pretty much just if you can get it jotted down real quick and submit it, you're good. Then you can go start on the actual essay. But the essay I don't expect it to be done today, but I expect this pre-writing to be done today. I need to see how we are processing this information because this is essential. This writing stuff is essential above all else. So if you have any questions about it, please ask. Sure, we got about 50-50. Hey guys, if anybody didn't answer our poll yet, please go answer the poll. Have about 4 people who still need to answer. The question was, do we like this new schedule or do we prefer only 2 classes daily? All right, go answer it really quickly. Yes, give me a second. I'm sorry, guys. Right here, disregard the heading for the pre-writing. Okay, the pre-writing, I don't necessarily need the heading. I'll already see it. That's more. The heading is for when we actually put on the document. Okay, you'll be able to actually know. But that's why I say go ahead and copy and paste this information copy and paste it to your new document before you submit this. That way you'll have it. So when you actually, it's time to turn in this actual essay, you have it. The nearpod code is CABEP, Jalen.